The garden center sits quietly at the edge of a quiet commercial area. Its wide glass walls holding the last traces of evening light. The building is closed now. The main signs are dim. The parking area is empty, and the long rows of plants inside rest in complete stillness. You step onto the walkway that runs along the outer side of the building, moving at a slow, comfortable pace. The ground beneath your feet is a smooth blend of stone tiles and concrete. The tiles form simple, straight patterns that feel calm to walk across. The air creates the mild scent of soil and plants that linger around the garden center even after closing, softened by the coolness of the evening. It's a gentle scent, not strong, and it drifts around you in slow waves. To your right, the tall glass walls stretch along the entire length of the building. Behind them, rows of empty plant tables stand in long lines. Their metal frames reflect the faint glow from the overhead light that remain on, even after closing. Most of the lights are dimmed, but enough remain to show the outlines of pots, trays, and shelves. Nothing moves inside. Everything rests in a quiet, organized stillness. Your steps fall softly as you walk along the glass. The reflections change slowly with each movement, showing hints of the outside lamps and the cool-toned evening sky. The glass feels like a barrier between the calm inside and the open air outside, and both sides feel equally peaceful. As you continue, the walkway widens slightly. Low metal racks stand to your left, stacked neatly against the edge of the building. They hold empty rolling carts, all lined up in a quiet row. Their wheels sit still, their frames cool and motionless. In daylight, these carts move constantly, carrying trays of plants and bags of soil. But now, they rest like everything else, waiting for another day. The soft hum of evening air runs along the metal surfaces, creating a faint resonance. It's not a sound you focus on, just a light vibration that drifts through the space and fades again. You pass beneath a long overhang that extends from the roof, supported by clean white beams. The overhang gives the walkway a sheltered feeling, as though the space wants you to slow down even more. The lamps mounted under the roof spread warm, gentle circles of light across the path. The illumination feels even and soft, easy on your eyes. To your right, inside the glass wall, you see rows of seedlings resting in trays. Their small leaves are faint shapes under the dim lights. The trays sit in perfectly straight lines, creating a rhythmic pattern that feels soothing to walk beside. The sight of the plants, quiet and unmoving, adds a comforting natural touch to the space, even if you are not walking among them, but only past them. Further ahead, the building shifts shape slightly. The glass walls are replaced by a stretch of solid panels in soft colors. The panels hold no decoration, no signs, just smooth surfaces that reflect the light from above. This part of the garden center houses storage rooms and supply areas. The walls feel calm and simple, without drawing your attention too much. Your steps remain slow and steady. The walkway continues without interruption, giving you a smooth, even path to follow. You take a deep breath. The air feels cool and gentle in your lungs, carrying subtle traces of soil, wood, and a fresh evening air. A low wooden fence lines the left side now, separating the walkway from a small loading area. The loading bay below is quiet and empty. A few large pallets rest neatly in place, wrapped in plastic and waiting for the next delivery day. The stillness of the loading area adds to the peacefulness of your surroundings. It's a space built for movement, now holding stillness with ease. You walk a bit farther, and the building changes again. The glass walls return taller this time, revealing the greenhouse section of the garden center. Inside, long rows of metal tables fill the space from one end to the other. Many are empty. Some hold potted shrubs or taller plants, their shadows resting gently against the floor. The greenhouse lights are dimmer than the main store's lights. Soft, warm bulbs glow above the plants, creating a delicate amber wash over the interior. The glass roof overhead shows the evening sky, darker now, with the last bits of daylight fading away. The faint outline of the steel framework forms quiet geometric shapes against the sky. You continue at your steady pace, letting the gentle atmosphere settle around you. The greenhouse has a kind of warmth that feels comforting even from the outside. The plants inside hold their own stillness, their leaves unmoving in the shelter of the structure. Their presence adds a softness to the night that you carry with you as you walk. The walkway curves gently as it moves along the greenhouse wall. The curve is wide, easy, and slow. You follow it naturally, your steps landing quietly on the smooth pavement. The curve changes the angle of the reflection in the glass, showing new shapes inside the greenhouse. Potting soil bags stacked neatly. Rows of empty trays. The long, narrow outlines of watering hoses hanging from hooks. Everything inside is clean and organized. It looks as though the entire space took a breath after closing and settled into complete rest. The walkway narrows slightly before opening into a small plaza-like space. This area has large, square tiles arranged in a gentle grid. A few benches sit near the edge, simple in design, with clean metal frames and smooth wooden seats. They face the greenhouse, though no one is here to use them. The benches look calm and inviting in the warm light from the overhead lamps. To your left, the plaza is bordered by a low hedge. The leaves are dark now, blending into the evening. The hedge forms a gentle barrier between the walkway and the empty parking lot beyond. The parking lot stretches out in wide lanes, marked by faintly shining lines on the pavement. Everything feels open, spacious, and quiet. You walk past the benches and return to the main walkway. The path shifts gently upward for a moment, a soft incline that requires no extra effort. As you reach the top, the building wall changes once more. You now walk alongside an exterior storage area with tall metal shelves pressed against the wall. They hold bags of soil, bark, and gravel. The bags sit neatly, stacked evenly, their surfaces reflecting a faint glow. You walk by them slowly, your footsteps blend into the calm of the evening. The stacks of materials stand quietly, like sleeping forms waiting for daylight and movement to return. They feel solid and steady, part of the grounded atmosphere of the garden center. A few steps further, and you reach another row of rolling carts. These are larger ones, strong enough to carry heavy pots and large outdoor plants. They stand in a precise row, wheels aligned, metal bars smooth and cool. Some have small traces of soil on them, soft marks from the day's work, now settled into rest. You keep walking, and the greenhouse returns for one final stretch. This part is slightly different. The glass panes reach all the way to the ground, giving you a full view inside. A long table covered with empty pots runs along the length of the wall. Next to it, a few gardening tools hang neatly from a rack. Their silhouettes form calm shapes in the amber light. The air feels slightly warmer here, drifting gently from the greenhouse structure. It mixes with the cooler outside air in a soft blend that brushes across your face. You inhale slowly, letting the mixture settle into your breathing. You reach the far corner of the greenhouse, where the walkway turns sharply for the first time tonight. The turn is not abrupt, though the lamp above softens the corner, and the pavement remains smooth. You round the corner at an easy pace, letting the building guide your direction. The walkway now runs behind the garden center, along a quieter stretch. The building wall here is solid, without windows. Tall utility doors and metal vents line the surface, all closed and silent. The lamps are spaced farther apart, creating alternating patches of light and shadow. You walk through them naturally, letting each shift in light feel like a gentle change in scenery. On your left, a narrow strip of gravel separates the walkway from a row of small trees planted in a straight line. Their leaves barely move, resting under the growing quiet of the night. Your steps continue at the same slow pace. The quiet behind the building has a different quality than the front, deeper, softer, more private. The sound of your footsteps blend into the surroundings, leaving the air undisturbed. The sound of your footsteps blend into the surroundings, leaving the air undisturbed. As you continue, the walkway gradually curves again, guiding you toward the side of the building. The greenhouse returns briefly for a smaller section, with its warm interior lights shining through. The shapes inside are familiar now: trays, tables, plants resting in their quiet rows. You walk beside the wall without rushing, letting the calm stay with you. Finally, the path connects back to the starting area, near the first set of glass walls and rolling carts. The parking lot beyond is still empty, still quiet. The buildings remain rested, sealed in gentle evening light. You take a slow, steady breath as you follow the final stretch. Nothing rushes you, nothing pulls your attention. Everything is calm, grounded, and still. The closed garden center lies peaceful in the night, and you continue your quiet walk beside it, carried by the softness of the evening air.